super far away there. I am way across the way, but hopefully the sound is good. I just jumped in live here. See how it's going. Jump onto my channel here. Good morning to everybody. I'm in the Comic Core booth here in Baltimore. It is happening. And Chris Barrett, of course, is in the chat. Rod, Just the Rican. Good morning, gang, is what I'm saying to y'all. It is loud. It is happening. We are in. The VIPs are about to be let in for Saturday morning. So in 30 minutes, the full crowd is going to come rushing in here. So I thought I would jump on and do a quick little something. John's going to walk through. John, go ahead and walk through. This is the other John. John of Dimension Comics. Where's the signage for John? It's right over here. And he is selling his books at this booth. We are in booth number 2113. So if you need to cruise by and get something, that's where my boy John's going to be working out.
And don't forget to come to my show in May.
Is that this guy? Three Rivers?
Three Rivers.
Three Rivers Comic-Con.
Fun times.
Boom, boom.
If you like comics.
I got a whole crew of people jumping in the chat. Look at all my East Coast homies. What is up, Chris? I got issues. I just woke up, says Just a Rican. Unruly Simeon, aggressively relaxing. Biggie Shaq. Who's going to replace my girls today? Anybody who walks by. In fact, the great legend is right there. He's hanging out. He's chilling. Over there is Adam Hughes. He's signing things. He's probably not going to come by, but he is right over there signing stuff, making himself work, doing the hard work. I got Mastodon. He is running around here somewhere. Unruly Simeon says half the community is there. It is true. I took photos with about 20 people from the comic community in some way or another. So there are a ton of people from our Comic Core comic community hanging around. So here is the deal. One of the things I wanted to share with y'all this morning is what I got made for Matt Thanatos. So if you don't know Thanatos Comics, he is on Instagram. He's on YouTube. He's a really great guy, Matt. He was super big in the community. He's pulling back a little bit. He's doing less shows and things like that, but he's a great guy, great community member. He traded me, knowing I was going to be here, that Adam Hughes was going to be right over there. He gave me a sketch cover for Green Lantern 1, the Grant Morrison run. And he said, if you get this colored and sketched on, I'll give you a slab. And I'll show you the slab when I get home because I left it. I did not bring it. It was a great deal. And so this is the sketch cover that is for Matt. And I just picked it up this morning. Newly colored, everything.
VIP is on the floor.
So
we are now open for VIP.
I want to share it with you all.
Welcome and let's have a great Saturday.
When God is done talking. I think God is done. So my dad is up early. Dad, what is it, 6:30 your time? That's not bad. I guess that's not bad. So here it is, folks. Let's take a look. Look at that. Beautiful. Sketch cover. Adam Hughes. And then Allison did the color work on this for me as well. Absolutely gorgeous. There's several things I want to point out. This is beautiful. I love the exclamation mark from Matt right there. And very rarely does he have characters with their eyes open. I love that Zatanna has her eye open. This is just killer. So I'm going to kind of prop that up here, let everybody just kind of enjoy that this morning. A little bit crooked, but you guys get the idea. So that's what I'm bringing back for Matt. I think he made out like a bandit on that, and he was very pumped even before I showed him what the colored version looked like in the end, how it came out when the color was added. So good morning to my dad. Good morning to Kavi. Good morning to Chris Barrett. I already said hello to you and Rod. J Hood Creative is digging the sketch cover. Honestly, it came out amazing, and Alec got one done as well. He got a version of Death done on a on a Catwoman cover. He had a Catwoman sketch cover. So he had that done, and yeah, gorgeous. And now it looks like Adam Hughes has moved on to signings, so he's doing some signings now this morning. Let's see, hello to everyone in the chat, says Rod. Thank you, guys. What did I have for breakfast? That's the chat of the day. If you missed it, on Instagram this morning, I did a little live show with Alec, and we talked about a lot of silliness, but breakfast did come up because we had some fruit this morning, scrambled eggs, little breakfast buffet action. So it was a whole lot of fun and excitement. Great Legend has already given me thumbs up. Legend, come in and sit down, man. Come and sit down. He is the one and only Great Legend, folks. Welcome to Saturday Morning Comics. There's no girls to join.
Great to see you,
It's good to
John.
see you.
That's all right. I'll be your kid for the day. Charlie and Kate, the Great Legend, wishes y'all well. Thank you so much. And Mrs. John, if you're watching, thank you so much for loaning this guy, because we love hanging out with him and we're excited to see you in Baltimore, man.
It's a crazy place. There's so many of our community members here, man. It's wild.
Tons of them. We've been running into them all over the place. They've been coming here. We've been having a great time.
This is a great centerpiece spot. Like, people just seem to float by here. We had so many people coming in and just doing shows. They could plug in their laptop, run a show. And yeah, like, what a great community space.
We got the wired internet. I know that's a big deal.
It is.
Wi-Fi gets a little fuzzy, but we got some wired internet coming at you live from John's Comics.
No fuzziness when you're plugged in hardcore, right?
That's right, man. You got to do it right, or don't do it at all. Is what they say.
Now, my dad is in the chat. He's a Shazam fan. The OG original. That's the stuff that he read when he was a kid. The Shazam family, extended family stuff. That's Legend's go-to. Loves the Shazam. But Legend is also a big fan of Don Rosa.
I love Don
He's
Rosa.
got a booth right over there. If you don't know Don Rosa, we're talking about real early comics, the stuff with the Scrooge McDuck.
Scrooge McDuck. Laughing Times of Scrooge McDuck, Donald Duck. He was a big freaking fan of Carl Barks's Duck comics from the 50s, where Carl Barks was able to create Duckburg. And a lot of that, foundation was built for the DuckTales TV show. And Carl Barks, and then Don Rosa carried on stories of Carl Barks. So he was such a fan of Carl Barks, he carried all of the Carl Barks stories into a historic timeline of the Laughing Times of Scrooge McDuck.
And that's so cool to have, like, all these different artists and writers and creators here. So I'm looking at Don's booth from here. I see Journey into Mystery over there.
He has
Daredevil.
a lot of those. What they are, fans, they're homage covers, but done in duck form.
Right.
So if you've never seen them,
they're hilarious.
I've got
the Spirit.
I've got Fantastic Foul. And it's a homage of issue number 4, first appearance of the Silver Age Namor. And it's just
that's hilarious. That's the one. Isn't that the one where he's running off with all the gold,
and he's running off with Daisy? And
because in the Fantastic Four, he's running off with Invisible Woman, right?
Yeah.
Namor.
And it's the Namor character is old Gander, the one that is always getting good luck, and of course Donald gets the bad luck. So it's just epic. And, back to your dad being a fan of Shazam. My dad was also a fan of Shazam. He grew up reading those Fawcett publication comics. And another thing he was into was the serials, the black and white serials from Republican Pictures, which were the adventures of Captain Marvel, to where it was kind of set it had the Egyptian origin story where he uncovers like what is a tomb, but he meets the old wizard Shazam to bestow the powers upon Billy Batson. Classic.
Cool.
And some for a black and white serial, some of the scenes they used real mannequins to do these, like to look like the mannequin was flying in the air. And then the guy would just come out and he's ready to go, like
jump through
Leslie
the window.
Nielsen, doing backflips, and then it cuts to him.
Some of those old Superman shows, right? Back in the day, I remember those. He looked like he's flying. All of a sudden, he just jumps in a window or jumps onto out of the frame into the frame, right?
Oh man,
too good.
You got to have some of that pizzazz. And then Shazam's got it, no doubt about it. How about you? Tell me, what has been one of your most favorite signatures you've gotten so far here at Baltimore?
Oh, that's a tough one. So I've gotten a bunch of books signed. I love the form of certain artists, their signature. So like Mike Zeck has that amazing signature with the great O in the middle and the Zeck. So I got 2 of my favorites from him signed that were really kind of just special to me. I'm looking to connect with Brian K. Vaughan today, the writer. He's here, and his line kept getting capped yesterday, so I couldn't get in there. Stan Sakai, the creator of the Samurai Rabbit, Yojimbo.
Yeah, Yojimbo. He was real close to Brian K. Vaughan over there.
Yeah,
they're keeping them all together. And
I saw some people in the chat mentioning him. I got issues was in the chat. Chris was saying that's one of the ones he wanted to check in with.
Panda, love Panda.
Yeah, the Panda. And JP Budget Collecting is making the joke about where's Neil Adams' booth because it's obviously very hard to find. Poor Neil's booth. Very subtle.
Yeah.
Very difficult to find Neil Adams'
Neon
booth.
lights and all the good stuff.
My
for
dad
Neil.
says the legend is a real legend.
Oh, well, brother, thank you so much.
That's
man.
awesome.
This guy, you know, John's Comics with Kids and his buddy Alec, one of the greatest tag team tandems in the YouTube comic book community, because they really dive inside these books and these books they're reading, and they let their audience know that, you know, these meant this to me. And, you know, that's what it's all about. Whenever there's, you know, things that we collect as hobbies and things like that, I mean, it's great to tell those stories to everyone in the world, because those people watching at home, they're humongous fans just like we are.
Absolutely. And they might not know about a certain writer or a certain artist. So I learned a lot about Klaus Janson this last week,
Great.
knowing that he was going to be here. And I knew he was connected to Frank Miller, and I had a bunch of Frank Miller books. Apparently, I learned that, you know, Klaus was more than just the inker. Later on, he would be the guy who would, when Frank was too busy, couldn't do 2 books a month for Daredevil.
Yes.
He would do these real quick sketches. Klaus would basically do the art and do the inking all himself.
All himself.
So I went through and pulled out some of those old Daredevils that I loved. You know, the ones where he's fighting Punisher on the cover, that Dirty Harry pose with the gun.
Love that
Some
stuff.
great covers that I did not realize how much work Klaus did on those books.
Klaus is like he's like Frank Miller's mirror. You know, it's like they're both kind of, they work in tandem. They're a dynamic duo.
Yeah.
You know, Dark Knight Returns, that was one of my favorite stories.
We have a guest here. Oh, she almost got me. Do you want to come in here, Hell Girl?
I'm going to let you interview Hell Girl, but fans, John's Comics with Kids, John's dad, thank you so much. We're bringing Hell Girl in here. Come on in
Say hi
here.
real quick.
No, you're staying.
No, I'm saying
No,
hi
she's
real
got to bip around because look, this is
Yeah, go
this is
everywhere.
Cat Ren Figures. For those that don't know Cat Ren, she's got a great show. She got 2 great channels.
Yeah.
Cinema Figures, Cat Ren Figures. She's busting around here as Hell Girl today. Fist bump to Hell Girl.
Fist bump.
My daughters will freak when they see the pictures of this costume, but she is killing it today. Absolutely badass. What is your goal today?
I mean, Tom King, Terror Strong.
Yeah.
Those are my 2 bigs. Other than that, popping around Artist Alley, seeing what I can do. Still trying to convince the puppet people to give me an interview. Not gonna lie, went past their booth, smiled at them. I'm pretty sure they're scared.
It's the one eye. That's what it is. That amazing,
That one eye.
that amazing contact lens.
That
It's
one
killer.
eye.
If you can't see, I'm sure you can't see it because it's like super far away, but
I have a yellow eye.
that is some solid work. Well, thanks for stopping, Cat Ren. I know I don't want to keep you from stuff.
All right.
You go and
One last fist bump.
slay the comic community right there. All right, let me jump back in here and see who is all in the chat. That costume is amazing. I hope you guys got to see it. Klaus is really great. People are saying people don't realize the fundamentals that inkers are. Yeah, I agree, Don. And Don, if you're here, where are you, Mastodon? Just come back, come around and say hi. But Mastodon, you are here. And yeah, I think Klaus is really underappreciated. And it was fun to go by and see him and have a couple of the books that I know he did way more work on than people recognize. And that was kind of a fun thing to check out. Looks like Immortal Biggie Shack digging the cosplay. Immortal Biggie Shack shouting out, "Holy S" on that one. Looks like Justin Rican is telling his tag team partners. That is awesome. Eating breakfast, bro. I'll see you in a few, says Mastodon. Okay, good. Power up, everybody. I am going to jump off here because I'm going to get back to the con. I'm going to go search around. You ready to go search? You ready to hunt? I've been looking for you. Where have you been all my life? Sleeping it off. That's the smart move. All right. So we're going to jump off here. I will hopefully be on again later on today. Thank you all for coming by. This is the shorter Saturday morning show. We will have a great time. I will not spend all my money because actually I haven't bought any books yet. I bought $7. I spent $7 on a little X-Men versus Avengers, the original mini series, for $7. And that was it. I've bought no other comic books at all, except basically I traded this for a slab. You could argue that was a purchase. So other than that, I haven't really done a whole lot. Hey, the comic club is in here. Thank you for coming by. I will enjoy the con, everybody. I'm going to be posting more stuff on Instagram. I'm going to do some more shows here in the live booth. We're hoping to do an unlimited show. So if you're subscribed to the Comic Core, All three of us are going to be in here. We'll have a little bit of fun a little later on. If this gets too crazy today, we might end up doing some of that stuff tomorrow. All right, gang. Have a good one. I'm going to dip over here and log. That's how now. Thanks, everybody.